in it.
Welcome everyone to our July product call, Sweet, Sweet Summertime. We want to thank you for being on live with us. Hello to anybody catching the recording right now. And so these calls are super fun. They're kind of fast paced. Take notes as you go, and we'll do our best to put links and recipes into Fierce Oilers when the recording link goes up. Okay, so watch for that. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about doTERRA oils and products that are really helpful during the summertime. These personally are my favorite months. We want to cover everything from like outdoor topics and pest control to cooking and sunburn and all of that. I'm 100% sure that you will glean some helpful tips from our time together. So if we're going to start off summer right, we're going to start off with the most important topic. Can anybody guess in the chat box how I'm going to kick us off? What is the most important topic to talk about when it comes to summer? We'll see if anybody gets it right.
Summer birthdays.
Not Melissa's birthday, although we do love her. We do love her. Bugs and bug repellent. Wah, wah. We will talk about that, but that's not what it is. Food, nutrition. Oh, guys, I like your answers a lot, but you're wrong. It's photosensitivity. You guys, we need to make sure that we're really watching on photosensitivity. So let's just humor me for a minute here. We do not want you to have a negative experience with your oils that you post all over the internet and say, my oil girls are the worst. Okay. So what do we do when sunshine is happening outside? First of all, did you catch the new Living magazine? Recently confirmed. You can get it in your back office for $3. I checked, Emily. Okay, so if you haven't gotten this yet, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. And in the Ask the Doctors section, they addressed photosensitivity. And all it is basically a sunlight triggered skin reaction. And it occurs, it's about the UV radiation, right? When it comes into contact with certain substances, it can trigger biological and chemical changes. So some essential oils, especially citrus oils, have furocoumarins, which can cause a photosensitive reaction. Typically what you would look for is like changes in the color of your skin, even the feeling, temporary increase of darkness or redness, possible irritation. So I thought this was very interesting that the analytical testing that's been done actually shows that doTERRA's CPTG oils that we love have few, and in some instances, no furocoumarins, but because of the natural variation from batch to batch, right? They're coming from plants, okay? Means that the furocoumarin levels and concentrations can vary slightly. So better safe than sorry. You're gonna wanna avoid UV rays for 12 hours with certain oils. How do you know? You don't need to be an expert and memorize it. You just need to look at your bottle. So, I'm going to put some wild orange on today at 9 a.m. Oh, it says avoid sunlight or UV rays for up to 12 hours after applying product. It says right on the bottle. You don't need to memorize it. So I might put a pause on that until nighttime and stick with my peppermint. All right. So just be aware of that. Okay, somebody guessed nutrition in the chat. Sonia did. Yay, praise the Lord. Okay, we are going to talk. I want to talk then about nutrition for just a minute here. And I was introduced to the phrase fast food, reintroduced in a new way. So I've got some fresh food for thought for, food for thought for you on that. It's the time of year when life is really busy and you're just like grabbing and running out the door. And sometimes you just need an extra punch. You've got lots of activity and physical things going on. I think of calorically the energy, like what my kids are burning on a daily basis, right? So I love being able to reach for doTERRA's nutrition line. So in that line, you've got the fiber powder, the greens powder, and protein powder of your choice. You could do the whey or the vegan. And so these are so easy. You can just mix them with water and run out the door. My girls really love them. Whitney loves the greens and water all mixed and ready to go. The protein is a great punch in a smoothie. Sometimes I put the chocolate protein actually into Zella sometimes likes a little bit of raw milk, and I put it in there and she calls it chocolate milk and she loves it. So just getting that extra punch and making it super easy. There's also a nutrition line cookbook. I'll try to put the link in the chat if you haven't seen it. I just had somebody message me the other day and she had made brownies with the chocolate protein, and everybody loved them and they were a hit. I've done the chocolate hummus before. So that's a really great way to be adding those things into. And honestly, the prices are super reasonable. The greens are $28.50 for 30 servings. The fiber is $20.75 for 30 servings. And the proteins are $39.50 for 20 servings. And I have spent so much more than that on a bag of protein. All right, so that's just some great tips to get you started. And I'm going to kick it over to Emily.
Okay, hey, so Amy talked about the Living magazine. So this is the most recent one. So we confirmed by I mean Amy, that you can get it in your back office. So if you did not get this in the mail, this is fantastic. Grab it from your back office for $3. Tons of really good information in here. So you'll find like food recipes, diffuser recipes, cleaning recipes. There's like information about healing hands, information about the oils, super great information in there. So I'm going to talk briefly about this recipe here for easy oatmeal breakfast cookies. So when they say easy, they mean it. There's like 5 ingredients. So really it's just oats, bananas, nut butter, chocolate chips if you want, and a few drops of oil. So they have I'll post a picture of this in the recording. Okay, so you'll be able to see it exactly. So they have 3 drops of tangerine oil. If you're like, I'm not really feeling the citrus, do On Guard instead, right? Do cinnamon, mix up whatever you want. This is a really simple recipe, but a really easy way you can incorporate your oils in the summer is to put them in food. Nobody wants to cook in the summer. It's hot. So use the oils, add in some really good flavor, add in a drop of lime into your guacamole, right? Like make a little salad dressing with some of those citrus oils and some vinegar and olive oil, like super easy. You can add citrus oils into like fruit dip, really easy, adds a punch of taste. Your kids will eat more fruit, right? Because the dip tastes super good. So just grab your oils and put them in your food. If you're like, oh, the smell of that is good, maybe it would taste good, right? You can see on the side, if you see an FDA supplement facts label on the side, that means it's okay to take it internally. Right? So just keep your oils, a tip that will help you remember, keep your oils in different areas around your house. So if you have citrus oils that you're like, oh, I want to remember to put wild orange in my smoothie tomorrow, keep your wild orange, your lemon in your kitchen, right? Like keep them around where you're going to see them more. Okay. So like I said, I'll post a couple recipes. I have a baked oatmeal recipe that I like adding On Guard to. I'll post pictures of those, but easiest tip for cooking in the summer is add some oils.
We're all coming to your house for breakfast. Okay, Laura Whip, you're up next.
Okay. Yes, I am. I get to talk about gardening, which is one of my favorite things to do in the summer. So first of all, we're going to use a gardening spray on your plants to keep the bugs off. And it's super simple. Again, I think our whole night and everything we do on these product calls is to just try to keep it super simple for all of you. And so you take a 16-ounce spray bottle, you put 15 to 20 drops of peppermint essential oil in there, and then you add water to the top and you spray it on every plant in your garden to cover the stems, the leaves, the undersides of the leaves. And then after it rains, you reapply. And it really is a good insect repellent. They do not like peppermint. So now let's talk about weeds. Nobody likes those. It's pretty laborious to pick and dig out weeds, but you can just kill them, okay? So again, a 16-ounce spray bottle, half water, half vinegar, about 15 to 20 drops of lemon essential oil, and about a tablespoon of salt. And you spray that on weeds on a very still day because you don't want to get your beautiful flowers or vegetables touched by this spray. So you do it on a really calm day with no wind. And the next thing I want to share with you is one of my absolute favorites. Melissa just got some. It's Gardener's Hand and Foot Scrub, because you can get awfully dirty working in the garden, or even for the men in your life who might be working on their vehicles or working on greasy, grimy things out in the garage. You take a half a cup of sugar, and I use sugar instead of salt because if you have a little paper cut or a little tiny sore on your hands, it'll sting if you use salt. A lot of people like a salt scrub, but I like sugar because it won't sting if you have a little sore. So use a half a cup of sugar 3 tablespoons of liquid Castile soap. And we've talked about this a lot on these calls, and you can get Dr. Bronner's is a really popular brand. And you can usually get it in the organic aisle of your grocery store, but you could also order it from Amazon. And then a teaspoon of almond oil, and that really helps soften your skin. And I put clary sage, 7 drops, and tea tree, 5 drops in there. And I just love scrubbing my hands when I come in from outside, and in my feet too. So that works really well. And I also would like to talk about insect repellent on you, not just on your plants, but I know Jerry's going to talk more. I would just say, put a couple drops of TerraShield in an unscented lotion and rub that on any exposed skin while you're outside working in the garden. And that's going to help keep the bugs away from you too. And then Amy, should I just go right into the next topic?
Go for it.
Okay. So there are some amazing summertime diffuser blends to just make your house really smell good, improve your mood, boost everyone's mood in the room, and just keep the wonderful smells of summer going inside your house. So I think I have one for everybody here. And I will post all of these recipes underneath the recording once Amy posts the recording. I'll put all these recipes in there for you. So here we go. Endless Summer Sun. 2 drops of grapefruit, 2 drops of lime, and 1 drop of orange. Like a total citrus splash for your house. Now some summer rainstorm, which we're supposed to maybe have rain up here tonight. We'll see. 3 drops of bergamot, 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of lime, and 1 drop of cedar wood. And I tried this and it's amazing. I almost want it to rain because this is really what it smells like. How about mojito? Anybody a mojito fan? 2 drops of grapefruit, 2 drops of lime, 2 drops of spearmint in your diffuser or in a mocktail. Minty summer day, 2 drops of spearmint, 2 drops of peppermint, and 1 drop of lemon. And here's one I really like. I tried this over the weekend, fresh cut grass, 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of basil, and 2 drops of Douglas fir. And it really works, guys. It really did smell like freshly cut grass to me. Ocean mist, 2 drops of rosemary, 1 drop of lavender, 1 drop of lemongrass, and 1 drop of spearmint. And finally, summer campfire, because those are the best. 3 drops of cedarwood, 3 drops of patchouli, and 1 drop of wild orange. So there are some great summer diffuser blends for you.
Those sound amazing. I was sure the campfire one would have turmeric in it, but no go on that. You stumped me on that. Thank you, Laura Whip. Jerry, you are up next.
Okay, so I think, well, maybe everybody doesn't know that doTERRA came out with a new formula for TerraShield, and I'm excited to share with you what it's about. So what doTERRA wanted to do is they wanted to market this as an insect repellent, and in order to do that, they had to follow certain EPA guidelines. And what they did is they came up with some current research on essential oils that would meet these guidelines. So there's a detailed report. If you really want to know, I'll put it after the, in the recording, I'll put that link in there for that, what the guidelines are. So, but the labels must follow the EPA guidelines in order to maintain this, to be compliant. So there's only one oil that's the same from the old TerraShield to the new TerraShield, and the carrier oil has changed. So what they did was they used highly refined sesame seed oil, because that's been known for a long time, and I didn't know this, but the Chinese have used this as a natural insect repellent. So this is a highly refined, and I'll explain a little more about those who are concerned about sesame seed oil allergies. However, so the sesame seed oil is the carrier and not fractionated coconut oil. And then the new oils are citronella, lemongrass, thyme, cedarwood, geranium, and peppermint. What was in the old one was ylang ylang, tamanu, nootka, cedarwood, catnip, lemon, eucalyptus, lycia, and vanilla and arborvitae. So now for those who are concerned about the sesame seed allergies, sesame seed oil allergies, what doTERRA has done is they've used an oil that's highly refined. It's not cold pressed. I'm just going to read this here. It's not cold pressed or expressed sesame oil. So I was looking on Amazon before the call and just was kind of looking to find a highly refined sesame oil, and you really have to be careful. So the suggestion is if anybody in your family has an allergy, check with the allergist, your doctor first, to see what they suggest. But doTERRA's is the highly refined. And what it does when in that case is it removes certain proteins that are in the regular sesame oils that would trigger these allergies. And the question is, when will the spray come out? Well, they're hoping by August, but that's not a given. So stay tuned, because for now you'd have to use your new one, make your own spray. If you know you don't have any sesame seed allergy oils, I have got the new one, but I'm just going to use up my old one, and maybe you could put some of your own sesame oil that you have in there. So that's an idea. If you don't have the new one yet, there you go.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, Sonia, you're up.
All right, so I got 2 quick recipes here. One is the itch stick. Some of you have maybe already seen that, but if you haven't, just use like a 10 milliliter roller. Do 10 drops of peppermint, 10 drops of lavender, and 10 drops of Purify. Now, if you caught today's BOGO, Purify is in that box, or it's going to be a single BOGO sometime this week. So that's exciting. And then an after sun soothing lotion. All right, this is a quick tip I learned recently. So this is the body butter. Okay, do you guys use this stuff? It is awesome. It is so thick and creamy. It's like an unsung hero. We don't talk about it enough. But on its own, it has, my lighting is not good. I think it's like grapefruit and Douglas fir, some frankincense in it. Super good on its own. But if you want to add a little extra after sun protection, add a couple drops of lavender, maybe like 3 to 4 drops of lavender, and helichrysum to it. And it will just bring it up a notch.
Thanks, Son. Okay, one more thing for me. I was thinking through the things that we've like so been enjoying using this summer, and the On Guard wipes. So I have the original, my little like 20 individually wrapped wipes, and they're in my diaper bag, and I didn't bring my diaper bag. I would totally show you, but we just rip them off and the girls use them like it's so nice to have them like after the park, and like they're in the car and they're instantly putting their hands near, and I can like wipe, like I can't believe it's so nice to be able to use them. And for sticky things, like things are in the summer are just like sticky and gnarly. So you can get the 20 individually wrapped single ones for $10.75, or you can get the 50 pack in like the flip top, like wipe container, pull it out, seal it, you know, that one. I don't know the word for that. And that's $12.50 to do it that way. But we have really enjoyed, I was like, wipes, I don't know what to think about that, but we've really enjoyed having them around. And the girls don't at all complain about any stinging with them, which I think is really nice too. You can totally try and make your own with On Guard. There are recipes online and doing that. I just have never successfully done homemade wipes well. So I love that doTERRA has these, and I would really encourage you to keep them with you. They're really nice to have. Next is Melissa, birthday girl.
Hey everybody, so I've got 2 quick recipes like Sonia had. The first one is a patio candle. So what about deep sixing anything that you have out on your patio that is laden with chemicals and doing something like this? So what you're going to do is you're going to need a mason jar and lemon slices, a tea candle, and I decided I wanted to dress mine up a little bit. So take a mason jar with a wide mouth, not one with chocolate chips in it. It's what I had handy. Anyway, look at Amy, she's dying. A wide mouth mason jar, and then in it, I honestly, to dress it up a little bit, I got some rosemary, right? I don't have this in my garden. You could take a few sprigs of rosemary and stick this woody end into a grape and then drop it into the glass jar, and then add some thin sliced lemons, put your water in there, float your tea light on it, and then like that tea light, when it starts to melt, you're going to add your oils to the wax, not to the water. Okay, there's the difference. Some people get confused there. Some options are lemon eucalyptus, which is one of my favorites. Bob loves citronella, so that's an option. And basil, they would all be bug repellers. So they're beautiful to look at. They work really well. Our own Kathleen Jenkins loves this on their patio in the Chicago area. She swears by this. So I wanted to share that recipe. I will post it underneath our the recording. And then the other one was from our Zip Your Coat challenge. Remember, guys, during COVID when I couldn't zip my coat, we took those funny pictures of me. So anyway, this is a repeat from Zip Your Coat, but I think it bears repeating. These are berry cubes, and I'm like, why not? So what you're going to do is you're going to use 3 to 4 drops of your favorite essential oil. One of the options was Slim and Sassy, but you could use the tangerine that Amy mentioned, or somebody else mentioned. I think it was Emily for the oatmeal. You could use tangerine, you could use wild orange, but then maybe some frozen berries, a little frozen banana, and a little bit of coconut milk. And then whirl it in your blender and put it in those silicone ice cube trays. If you wanted to get really clever, you could put those, maybe the protein powder in there, your greens, mix it up a little bit. Freeze them, pop them out, store them in a baggie, and then your 3 different ways you can use to, you can choose to use these. So the first one is to allow them to thaw slightly and put them in the blender. Or if you're really on the go, put them in your water bottle for an hour and shake it a few times. So that's a great idea. And then use them in place of ice in a smoothie, adding 2 to 3 cubes of that to your smoothie to give it a little more oomph for you through the day. And also you can make those berry cubes through leftover smoothie. Sometimes it's just a little bit that doesn't fit into your container, right? And you can just pour it in an ice cube tray, pop them out and use them later. So I'll post both of those recipes for you.
Thanks. I am feeling hungry. Okay, Lindsay, you're up next.
Hi. So over here in California, it was 102 today. So this is very fitting. So I don't know if you remember back to when Laura Whipperman was talking about bugs in the garden. You can use that same recipe and freak people out, but be super simple. And you can keep yourself cool for the summer, regardless if you're in California or in the Midwest. And use that spray bottle where she had about 20 drops of peppermint and just topped off with water in a spray bottle. And you can put some on the back of your neck. You can spray it all over your body. I wouldn't aim it towards your face. Usually that tingling, cooling sensation isn't as much appreciated in the eyeball area. You could also use Deep Blue Rub, which is a great air conditioner on the go. So I love having my little packets just in my purse, and then I can put a little back on the back of my neck, and I feel about 20 degrees cooler. Super simple, effective immediately. So that's my hint or my tip. And then Deep Blue is also in the BOGO box for this week. Another one that I wanted to mention is, again, here in California, you can see it's still light out until about 9:30, as the rest of you guys as well, I'm sure. And so it's difficult, especially as moms trying to get our kids to go to bed at their normal bedtime in the summertime when it's still light out long after bedtime. So some tips that we have in our house is we just use our diffuser in the kids' rooms, which we use every night. But specifically in the summer, I tend to switch up our standard go-to of Serenity and Breathe, which we use all year long. And I start expanding to also include, maybe after dinner, I do a little spritz of some of those oils to kind of get them, their mood and their mind transitioning to bedtime. Or I'll do a roller bottle, or I'll reuse one of my old bottles and just put a spray top on, which is super simple. But in the summertime specifically, I will use cedarwood, adaptive, Serenity, Roman chamomile, and juniper berry as my mixture. And so I just kind of let the kids pick any of those, one of those, 2 of those, 3 of those. and make their own blends. And like I said, usually after dinner, I will start with a spritz to kind of get them going, and get their mind and their bodies headed in the right direction after bedtime, so that by the time it is bedtime, we can do the diffuser and they're ready to go, despite the fact that it's still light out for hours after bedtime.
Thanks, Lindsay. Now we're relaxed, hungry and relaxed. All right, Susan Wood.
Hey guys, well, so I just wanted to share with you some of my camping must-haves. So I just got back from camp. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am not a camping girl. I got my nails done right after I got back, and just had to get back into the swing of things. So I apologize, but there were a couple of things that have already been talked about, and I want to reiterate what were some of the things that I took in my bag on the go if I'm in the deep woods. Okay, not in the deep woods. I was just in a cabin with indoor plumbing, but still, nonetheless, guys. So what I did was for the bug spray. So you've already heard about the bug spray. I went and purchased 2 of the big spray bottles from doTERRA. They're $12. And I have to say, I went to Amazon. There were 3 smaller ones for $14, and I thought I was getting a good deal. They leaked everywhere, returned. So I wanted to make sure that I got this. This was great. So I added citronella, the new and improved TerraShield, and peppermint together. So I added 20 drops of each and then filled the rest with water. That was what I did, because peppermint, you've already heard, when you're out camping, you probably are doing so when it's hot, right? And so I was hot, sweaty, and so I cooled off with the peppermint all together. It was wonderful. I think you already heard about some itch spray. So we have probably 20,000 bites on the 3 of us all together. And so we are using, I exaggerate, I realize that. But there's the itch spray was great. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to put it in a bottle like this, because I'm going to want to put it in my purse on the go, not something as big as this, right? So you can put lavender, tea tree in here. You can put other things in here, but honestly, I got a spray top bottle and I put this on my lavender separate, because I can use the lavender for so many other things, right? So if you're sleeping in a tent, or as we did, in a nice comfy bed, you could spray it on the pillows to get your littles to sleep. You use this on your legs. You can, so I just layered the lavender and then the tea tree. I put them separately, but you can certainly put them together and use it for anything and everything. In addition to sleep, burns, sunburn, itch spray, anything for lavender. So it's really great. And again, I think someone talked about helichrysum, putting in there, even Purify with the anti-inflammatory and antifungal, antibacterial potential. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, right? The only thing I would say, you can even put German chamomile in, which is great for some pain relief, wound healing. But the only thing I'd say about Purify is it has the citrus oils, and as Amy said, they are photosensitive. For allergy relief, I think that you can't beat lemon, lavender, and peppermint, so you can put that together. It's the best for combating allergies when you're out there. And of course, you can always grab your bottle of Tri-Use soft gels as well, right? Pain relief, I had to, because I was the canteen lady this week, and for 200 kids, I scooped with my arms are not nearly as beautiful as Amy's, and I scooped, I swear to you, and I'm not exaggerating, 1,000 scoops of ice cream for these children. I'm just saying Mackinac Island fudge was the best, but it was the hardest to scoop. Sherbet was much better. Okay, so much softer. So deep relief was the pain relief go-to, right? So I said it loud, say it proud. This was by far the most used oil all week. Maybe not really. I can't keep up. I used everything. So there were also canteen ladies that were kneading dough by hand all summer, and for every meal. And so the kitchen ladies, a little bit older, retired ladies, had some back pain. I just lifted up that shirt and I just rubbed it on her back. And I'm like, let me know if this works. It was a sweet little conversation. She said, I said, is it working for you? And she was like, oh my gosh, I'd normally by now have to go lay down, and I'm still here with you rolling, baby. So I say that's a win. Can also throw in Aroma Touch for some sore muscles, and that's also in the BOGO today. Correct-X for cuts, scrapes, and bruises. Of course, you need your On Guard for everything. You can use your hand sand. This isn't it, but I'm demonstrating with that. But I will say, Amy, here they are. Here's the package. These are amazing. I wasn't sure, right? I got them myself, and this was so good. My daughter asked for them all week, so she's the one who reminded me to use it. I'd also throw in like a few basics like clove in case you get an incidental toothache or muscle pain, tea tree for all things for cuts, scrapes, respiratory issues. Don't forget your breathe, eucalyptus, peppermint, orange, or even copaiba. Oh my goodness. Digestive support, Digest Zen. Got to do that with your diffuser. It was wonderful. It was a lifesaver. Thanks.
If I ever go camping,
I'm going
if
with
I
her.
ever go, I'm going to go with Susan Wood.
Amen. Camp nurse right there.
Like the whole.
Because I make reservations.
Full of oil.
Every single oil. Here's what you need for camping. Every single oil.
Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So you heard a couple people talking about the BOGO. BOGO's happening this week. So the BOGO box went live today, and when it's gone, it is gone. So we know 6 oils, and we have 6 mystery oils that we'll start finding out tomorrow. So just to remind you, we've talked about a lot of these. And Emily posted a hilarious graphic in Fierce Oilers from Wendy. We've got your Adaptive Touch Roller. We've got Aroma Touch. We've got Deep Blue in here. Immortelle, mine is almost gone. I need it desperately. And then Tea Tree and Purify. Tea Tree just comes with the BOGO box. So you can get the 12 oils for $170. It's a really nice value. And if you know somebody that hasn't gotten started with oils yet, BOGO box is the perfect thing to get started with, okay? They get 50 doTERRA dollars. Need I say more? And a free membership. All right, we're gonna move towards our giveaway. So Melissa, do you have screen sharing capabilities?
Let me check.
Okay, you check in on that. We just want to say thank you again for taking the time to be on this call. We think it's so important to do this. We do it once a month for 30 minutes. So next month is obviously August, and we are going to be doing fall back into a healthy routine. We want you to know exactly what you should be doing to set yourself up for success as the seasons change. So I'm putting that link to register in the chat box right now, so don't miss it. And also, please don't forget about our Saturday morning continuing education series. You get to learn from all different leaders in those Saturday morning classes. You get to have a virtual punch card as you're attending them. And the value of that series is well over $500. So don't miss one. Sonia and Jerry, I think, are up this weekend teaching I Have My Oils, Now What? And so it restarts our series. So now's a really good time to jump in. I just put the link in the chat box. Okay, Melissa, let's do, what should we do first? Let's do, you go ahead and spin. I'll figure out what we're going to do first. Peppermint.
Yay. Congratulations, Imelda.
Next up, we're going to do tangerine.
Ooh, congratulations, Kim.
Kim, last name, I can't see.
Wildes.
All right, a trio of diffuser blends.
Carrie Henschel.
A small TerraShield spray.
Anne Laurent.
And a fun package from Lindsay King.
Oh, that now. Come on. Don't y'all love the colors I chose? Helene Chersansky.
All right, I think we are there.
Wait, didn't we have a wild orange?
Wild orange, one more.
Jordan Anderson.
Yay. All right. Listen very closely. If you won, you need to send your address to your mailing address to Melissa. Otherwise, you will not get a prize. It won't come to you because we don't know where to send it. So you have to make sure you get that info over, send it in a message or an email. Facebook works. And we will see you hopefully Saturday for CE, and then for sure in August for no. Fall back into a healthy routine. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.